Roger is charged with the count of second-degree murder on Piggy, animal cruelty on the wild boar, an attempt at first-degree murder on Ralph, and lastly being an accessory for Simon's death. The evidence against Roger for these crimes is seen by a chip of the boulder with Piggy's blood on it, which contains Roger's DNA on the chip. Roger's mother's account of Roger's changing behavior before and after the experience, and the detective's report of the island after the boys have left. Simon's DNA under his fingernails, and lastly for animal abuse, will show how Roger can be convicted. From all the crimes Roger has committed, he has 15 years for second-degree murder, 6 months and a $1,000 fine for animal cruelty, 10 years for an attempt of murder, and lastly 3 years of accessory to murder. With all these accounts, Roger is looking at 28 years, 6 months, and a $1,000 fine.
Here's Roger's mom's testimony.
Roger's always been a sweet kid. He's never once hurt a fly. He's so quiet. But after coming back from that awful island, he's just not been the same. He's rude and he's unusually violent with his little brothers. And I sometimes see him try to hurt little animals.
Now you will hear and see what the detective saw while she was at the island.
In the court case 459, I have discovered when I went to go observe the island that over here where the trees were, that they were burned down, and then over here where they say that Piggy had died, there was boulders misplaced, and then over here is where they crashed. After furthermore of this searching the island, I had observed that they had made shelters, and I saw hunting grounds and skeletons and corpses of pigs, and also it looks as if they've gotten really violent with them. I could also say from observing the island that they had what they call Castle Rock is another fort or shelter area, and then up here on this top of the peak of the island, on the mountain, there was remains of fire and ashes, as if they had been trying to send a smoke signal out for a long time.
So I was trying to be the good guy and give back Piggy's glasses, and I look up and there's Roger leaning against a rock trying to kill me. Luckily I dove out of the way, but Piggy wasn't so lucky.